Here we are at DEVCON 2010. It's day 3, and we're excited as we start to wrap up the official program. I'm here with Tyler Lessard, and for once, we actually found each other on the show floor, so we thought we'd sit down and spend some time together, maybe just doing a little bit of a recap for everybody. Tyler, lots of exciting announcements in the keynote, and of course, throughout the rest of the show. What were your favorite parts this year?
Well, Mike, it has been a busy few days. It's been an outstanding event. Overall, the excitement level here is tremendous. Both from, of course, attendees, but as well as from myself and the RIM folks here. Of course, needless to say, we announced the BlackBerry Playbook during the opening keynote, which has generated a tremendous amount of excitement and a lot of good questions, a lot of good ideas already being shared. But beyond the playbook, I really want to focus on a few of the other things because there were some very important announcements here for the developer community this week on things they can act on today. First of all, we announced the new BlackBerry WebWorks platform, which is really an evolution, or might even say revolution, of our BlackBerry Widgets platform that we launched just over a year ago. With BlackBerry WebWorks, it's really all about enabling developers to build full-featured applications for BlackBerry in HTML and JavaScript, but while still having access to all the underlying capabilities such as push, native app integration, and as well the new services that we announced here at the show. On that note, we announced our new payment service, advertising service, and the upcoming free analytics service that'll be available for developers. All of those are getting a lot of excitement. I've had a lot of good media interviews. The press understands the impact of these things, and the developers are excited to be able to start making more money and be able to learn how their apps are being used in the market. And additionally, what I think was personally the most exciting announcement for me was that we're opening up BlackBerry Messenger as a platform for third-party applications. BBM is now being used by over 28 million users around the world, growing at over 1.5 million new users a month. And this is a community that traditionally our developers haven't been able to tap directly into. So with the new BBM APIs that are coming soon, developers will be able to add extensions to the BBM client, will be able to plug into it from their own applications. They'll even be able to embed BBM chats right within their applications. So you can immediately turn your app into a social experience, a peer-to-peer experience, and create new value-added services for customers around the world. And this is really exciting to me because not only will it be simple to build against and integrate, but it just frankly opens up entirely new opportunities that just didn't exist before. So I think that when you think about the opportunities to extend BBM, build apps entirely in HTML, and leverage the new payments and advertising services, of course built on top of everything we've already got with push and native app integration, location, and all the other super apps things, it's just a home run. So it's been exciting to get all this stuff out there and off our chest. And of course, it's all the information is up on our developer site now.
I think for me, one of my favorite pieces was the analytics service. Advertising service, payment, and others all have a lot of relevance to certain segments of the community, but every single developer can use analytics, and we're really excited about that. And I think the request for the closed beta list are really showing that excitement because it's literally off the charts.
So can I ask you a question, Mike? Yeah. Are you excited about the playbook?
I'm absolutely thrilled about the playbook. I've had a little bit of soak time with it myself, and I think it's a real game changer. It's an opportunity for RIM to show leadership in so many different areas in terms of the software we're going to be able to bring, the technology we're going to be able to bring, and next generation hardware. And I think that all of those things combined together is going to create an experience both for our developers and our customers, both in enterprise and consumer, that is going to be hard to rival by anybody.
Well, one thing that has been an underlying message here at DEVCON and was last year as well is that we're really taking a focus on coming to the developers and bringing our technologies to their turf rather than making the developers come to BlackBerry. This past year, investing in the WebWorks platform was a huge step forward there, enabling developers to build in HTML and JavaScript that many of them are doing already today, and enabling them to become BlackBerry developers without having to learn any new skills. Of course, we've been investing in plugging into Eclipse and Microsoft Visual Studio. We're working with Adobe on plugging into their tools so developers can use their environments and not have to adopt something new. I think for me the most exciting thing with Playbook is really an extension of that strategy. We'll continue to support a full-fledged HTML5 JavaScript environment on Playbook with support for the WebWorks platform. We'll support Java to enable your Java apps for BlackBerry to come onto the Playbook. But we're also expanding out to support Flash 10.1, full Adobe Air application environment, as well as native OpenGL. And again, coming to where the developers are building today and not forcing them to learn a new operating environment or adopt new tools. And just really excited that we're taking that direction. And the feedback from the developer community has been overwhelmingly positive, and they haven't even seen how it's going to perform. And I think when they do, it's really going to surprise some people.
Well, and I think to that point as well, we talked about WebWorks. We open sourced the WebWorks platform this week as well. So we've got the open source of the packager, so people can see how we actually build these great web applications. And then we open sourced all the JavaScript APIs. And such an important part of that movement is also integration now with the jQuery community, the Dojo community, Sencha, PhoneGap, all those different companies, and really going to them and helping them bring mobile to their web platforms, and in a way that I think will complement both existing web developers and our BlackBerry ecosystem, and of course their platforms as well. So just a great way to bring ourselves into that ecosystem and market, and we're just really excited to work with all those new developers.
And the Facebook Connect SDK?
Yeah, a huge opportunity there. So we had an individual developer, Iki Baskaro from Indonesia, who actually sat down and wrote a Facebook SDK for BlackBerry, released it open source to the community, and for the first time ever, RIM and Facebook are both linking off their web pages to an open source project to bring that to BlackBerry. It's a huge opportunity for us, and we actually awarded Iki with a Outstanding Achievement Award as part of our developer recognition program a couple nights ago. So just a ton of fun.
Well, and one last thing I'll just comment on was in the keynote, of course, on Monday, Mike had the chance to recap the Super Apps Developer Challenge and highlight some notable mentions of some apps that we've seen in there. It was incredibly difficult to pick just a few to showcase, and I mean that with all sincerity. We had hundreds and hundreds of submissions to the Super Apps Developer Challenge, and the submissions from the community were outstanding, showing how they're leveraging true multitasking and always-on capabilities to be listening in the background and popping up to the foreground when an event happens, taking advantage of integration with the inbox and the calendar for reminders and appointments and custom notifications. So it's just been a truly successful program, and we announced the first set of finalists for the Super Apps Dev Challenge here, and in the coming months we'll announce the winners in the various categories. What I'm excited about for next year is, how does the Super Apps Challenge change with things like BBM APIs, and the ability to integrate with BBM in a social layer, integration with seamless payments right within the workflow of an application, and of course, how apps could even integrate between the device and apps running on the playbook over Bluetooth. So many great things coming, and I just can't wait for what we're going to do next year. So, with that, I'd say thank you very much to the community for joining us here at DEVCON, and for all of you online for your ongoing support. And I encourage you to take a look at all the new services that we've talked about here, which are, of course, all referenced on our developer site. Yep. And any last words you'd like to say, Mike?
Yeah, one special surprise for our community. For all of you that weren't able to actually attend DEVCON 2010 with us, we're going to make available to each and every one of you a free copy of all of the audio recordings from every single session and all the PowerPoints. So you can see all the sample code, get access to everything that was great here, and share with that and build upon it. And we'll be out into a lot of local communities with developer days and a variety of other events this year. And if you didn't see us here, we'll see you there. Thank you.